What's up YouTube, it's your boy Kuya Yugioh bringing to you another deck profile. This time is going to be over the 6 Samurai deck. It's going to be a pure one, so fuck them True King 6 Samurai build. We're going to go all pure, you know what I mean? This deck is pretty much, yeah, like controlling like your ex-girlfriend. So it's going to tell you to, you know, negate. But without further ado, let's begin. Let's start with the monsters. We're gonna run 3 Kizans, one of the main monster on the field. Essentially, what this is a spammer of the deck. So when you have 1 6 Samurai on the field, you can special summon this from your hand. Next, you're gonna play 1 Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai. Essentially, exact same shit that Kizan do. Special summon that hoe. Asceticism target for Kizan, which is 1800 attack, is going to be your Zanji, which is the OG 6 Samurai. If you have 1 Samurai in the field, if you're trying to beat over a monster, you can then attack that guy and then, you know, it destroys it. Pretty lit. Another spammer is going to be your 2 Kagekis. Kageki, the effect is that whenever this guy is normal summon, you can special summon 1 card in your field. That's a nice video though, that's a nice. Asceticism target, just in case Kageki is all alone in the field, is your Fuma, vice versa. Fuma is one of the newer support for this 6 Samurai build. What it does is when this guy gets destroyed, you can special summon 1 Samurai monster from your deck to spam at the board. Typically you want to spam out your Fuma, so your Kizan, so it pops the effect for Fuma. For the asceticism target for Kageki, whenever it turns to a 1700, is Enishi, the bouncer of the bouncer of the deck. So what it does is whenever you have a 6 Samurai in the field, you can then banish 2 monsters, 6 Samurai monster from your graveyard and bounce a monster back, just in case you need to get something over. You have one and only Kizaru. You don't want that. You don't want to see this guy on your hand at all. So what you do is you always want to special summon it with Kageki or Fuma so you can pop his effect. Essentially, what it does is whatever you have on the field, when you special summon it, you can then grab a 6 Samurai monster's different attribute from your deck to your hand. We play two Hatsumes. Hatsume is like a monster reborn of this deck. So what she does is you banish 2 6 Samurai monsters from the graveyard and special summon 1 6 Samurai monsters from the graveyard. Asceticism target is going to be Mizuho. This bitch, what she does is whenever you have him on the field with another 6 Samurai, you can tribute that monster and destroy any problematic cards on the field. So it'll come in clutch. Most of the time. Also is a rank 3, so you can overlay and go into your rank 3 place. Gemba, I mean, he's really not that important, but I only use him just in case you have a level 3 monsters like the Kageki or Hatsume, so you can go to your boss monster, which is Shien. The MVP of this deck for monster lineup is your Great Shogun Shien. If you have this guy out and you have your boss monster Shien, it's pretty much a lock. This guy only allows your opponent to activate 1 spell or trap. Shien, you guys already know that he negates that activation. So if you got them both, you practically get the dub. We play that 1 Squire. The only reason why we play him is for Isolde, and we play Nat Beast, Naturia Beast. So this meta, a lot of people now use spell cards. Whenever you have Squire or Kizan out, you special summon out your Synchro, which is your Nat Beast. You'll negate the spell. You good? Finally, we play the last monster. We play 2 Effect Veilers. Fuck everything else. Effect Veiler, there's the best count, so you can interrupt their place whenever you're going second, or whenever they summon like an OV Raptor or their Alistair, so you can just negate their effect. Moving on to your spells, you're gonna have your standard 3 6 Samurai United. Whenever you have it's like Pot of Greed. Whenever you have 2 6 Samurais in the field, pop it and then draw 2 cards for more combinations. The Searchers for level 3s monsters for the 6 Samurai is going to be the Shin Smoke Signal. You also have, you play 3 Shin Dojo. You play 2 Asceticism. I already told you guys the asceticism target for Kizan, Zanji, Kageki, Fuma, vice versa. Inishi when Kageki is 17. You got your Hatsume with Mizoho. So yeah, asceticism. And the broken ass card, Gateway to 6. I don't need to explain it. If you play this, you practically win the game. One more is going for research for searches is Rhoda. You practically search everything but Effect Veiler and your Shein right here. And you know your recursion, which is going to be Monster Reborn and Soul Charge. And also we play the Black Pendant and DDR for Isolde place. So essentially what you do once you summon Isolde, you pitch this, grab Shein Squire, or grab your Fuma, so you can summon out your main boss monster, which is your Great Shogun Shein or your Naturia Beast. That's it for the spell lineup. And finally, let's move on to your traps. Honestly, we just play the Solemn Grade, the old people. Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning, and 2 strikes. If you have Nat Beast or Shein turn 1, and then have this in the back row, you're pretty solid. So that concludes the deck, main deck. Now we're gonna move on to the side pieces, the side deck. This deck is practically going first turn, but just in case you run into some problems and you wanna go second, this is what you use. You pop, what is this? We Winged Dragon of Raw, Spear Mode. You tribute 3 of their monsters on the field. Fuck them, give them this, let them deal with it. Just in case they open up with a broken board. 2 Gamma Seals, just in case you have a monster that's problematic and you can't go over it. Especially the big beaters. You only the most powerful card that you have right now, honestly, is Shein, which is 2500. You Gamma Seal them or you Spear them, and then go ahead and go into your place. Board wipes. You got your Dark Hole and Rageki. That's it. If you play against like dinosaurs or anything you know, more powerful than 2500, you have 2 Mirror Forces and 2 Cosmic Cyclones. You gotta out the Lost World. Fuck that card. Just in case you're playing against Invoke, anything with special, anything that has to do with the extra deck like the Invoke or Fusion, like the Mass Hero or whatnot, you play 3 DDDs or Pendulums. And Lost Wind. Lost Wind, you guys gotta look this up. This is super, what do you call it? Broken. You gotta run it. If you're playing budget, if you don't have strikes, play 3 Lost Winds. You're essentially playing 6 because it has a recursion effects. That's it for the side decks. Now let's move on to the main extra deck. So this is not a deck without this card. It's going to be your main boss monster is your Great Shogun Shein. It negates spell trap each player's turn. One of the best synchros out there right now, especially on this meta. Not a lot of people playing a lot of spells, is Naturia Beast. You mill 2, negate everything. And your Black Rose Dragon, just in case. You really don't go into this, but just in case you need to wipe the board out. For your XYZ, you got your Invoker, Break Sword, just in case you need to destroy something on the field, especially if you have level 3 on the field. Tornado Dragon for back row hate, Castell to bounce. Giant Hand, very underrated. You guys gotta play this to negate effects. Just in case you need to beat someone over, this guy can be 4000 Excalibur. Just in case you don't have the what package is that? Utopia package. Baguska, you can sit on that, you know, draw cards and go through your combos. And one of the most important pieces on this deck is going to be your 2 Isolde. Isolde is one of your combo pieces. You summon it, you have a bunch of monsters, grab Great Shogun Shein, so you have a follow-up play next turn, and then pop her secondary effect where you can pitch the equip card and special summon out Fuma or special summon out that Shein Squire, so you can go into Naturia Beast or your Great Shogun Shein. And the final last 2 cards is your Decode Talker. And this is not budget. You don't necessarily have to play it, but I have it. I know this card right now is freaking expensive. I believe it's 60 bucks, but you have your Skull Dread. Other than that, I hope you guys like this deck profile. Don't sleep on the Samurais, yo. Like, I know a lot of people play True King, all that, but you want to be as controlling as possible. As again, you want to be as controlling as possible, like your ex-girlfriend. Other than that, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the deck in action. Peace. All right, guys, we're gonna squeeze a couple of test hands and see how efficient this deck is. Going first, Failure, Judgment, Fixed Summer United, Shin Dojo, and Kizan. We're going to play 1, 2. You're going to then summon Kizan. Shin Dojo will gain a counter. You pop the counter. You'll then get Fuma on the board. You shuffle. Now you have 6 Samurai United on 2. You'll then pop it, draw 2 cards. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Plays for days. Let's do this. And then you take this out. You'll then get a Isolde. Okay, we got 1 counter right over here. When you get Isolde, you'll then grab your Great Shogun Shien. Where you at, dog? Wow, there it is. Great Shogun Shien on your hand. So you have a follow-up place, and then you're gonna pop his ability. You grab a what do you call it? You can either go with the Squire or you can go with the Fuma. Let's go ahead and go with the Fuma since he's our bosser. But first, we gotta pitch a equip spell. So you gotta do that. Special summon out a Fuma. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Now you get 2 counters on the United. You'll go ahead and pop that sucker and then draw 2. Oh my goodness. Plays for days. You will then go ahead and asceticism target Kizan. So you have a protection for your what do you call it? For your Shien. So we're going to grab, we're at 1800 at. Where's your Zanji? Your Zanji. Sorry, dog. And then what you're going to do is you're then going to link to get your boss monstered out. And then you're gonna set your Solemn Judgment. Oh my goodness, this hand, guys. So on this turn, I summon out Isolde, right? I can go Deco Talker if I want to, but I need protection for my Shien just in case. You have protection for Shien on the board, and you have protection just in case they're trying to Rageki you or something to affect this guy. You have your Fumas. You have your Solemn Judgment. You have your Effect Veiler just in case you're going up against a dinosaur or anything like that, like there's so Ovi. And for your next follow-up play, you have your Great Shogun Shien. For your next turn, just in case you can't go over it, oh my goodness, you set up a warning. You then summon this guy out. I mean, you summon this guy out. If you want, you can. Oh my god. That's it, man.